Hello and welcome to ASM Juice, where we serve you with the top sustainability stories of the week. My name is Lucy Kate Ndumi. The Ethiopian parliament this week approved a loan agreement of $136 million with Danida for a solar wind farm project of 100 megawatts. According to the press statement issued by the Danish embassy in Addis Ababa, the farm is expected to generate 330,000 kilowatt-hour annually and supply power to over 3 million people. With 29 wind turbines, the project will harness a part of Ethiopia's enormous wind potential. The political objective is to provide access to electricity for the entire population, with 65% from the grid and 35% from solar off-grid technologies. Ethiopia has cooperated with the Danish government since 2017 on the development of the country's capacity in green energy. Egypt is preparing to sell its first ever green bond in a push to seek more ways of widening its sources of financing and investors. Egypt hopes to raise $500 million from the issuance. According to the Ministry of Finance, Egypt has a range of green projects estimated at about $1.9 million, among them population reduction, renewable energy, clean transportation, and sustainable water management. According to the Finance Minister Mohamed Mait, the Sovereign Green Bond Program will help Egypt raise capital from investors who care for both environmental and financial returns. Green bonds is one of the financing options available to private firms and public entities to support climate and environmental investments, and the issuance will be the first such one in Middle East and North Africa. Either Kenya's Amina Mohamed or Nigeria's Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala could become the World Trade Organization's next Director General, first female and first African leader. The two have pledged green reforms in the World Trade Organization's trade rules in their written candidate statements. According to analysts from the Center for Strategic and International Studies, many nations, particularly in Africa and the EU, are expected to support both candidates. To halt the destruction of plants and animals and restore nature, the world needs to mobilize an additional $600 to $824 billion a year. This is according to recent analysis by the Nature Conservancy, the Paulson Institute, and the Cornell Atkinson Center for Sustainability. Despite calls on governments to significantly step up contributions to halt the decline of plants and wildlife, only a handful of countries committed to increase their financial flows to protect nature. During the pledging conference for governments, businesses, and philanthropic organizations to boost financial commitments for the protection and restoration of nature, 64 political leaders pledged to transition to sustainable patterns of production and consumption and to end subsidies and incentives harmful to nature, biodiversity, and climate change, and increase those with a neutral or positive impact. Botanic Treasures, a health and wellness company dealing with value addition of specialty foods, sealed a finance agreement contract for the production and processing of moringa with Kenya Climate Innovation Center.
The company began officially in 2012. We came across KCIC. We felt it was the perfect partner for us, being able to transform people's livelihoods, impact the climate, because if you were to live in a house built in a forest of moringa, you'd be breathing the best and the cleanest air in the whole world. Growing organically has been quite a long journey, and that has made our entry into the market very slow. We've also been working on the organic certification, because as much as we are growing the local industry at an organic pace, there's a huge international market for organic bulk sales. So that will create more product awareness, and now the brand will begin to grow. It's the best thing for Botanic Treasures to move from just that organic growth to now some sustainable growth, because we activate the market, then the farmers must produce more, And so their livelihoods are transformed, the client's health is transformed, and Botanic Treasures is growing.
The social enterprise has empowered over 300 smallholder farms to grow Moringa oleifera, a highly nutritious vegetable plant. The enterprise produces nutritional supplements and fortified foods that combat malnutrition and degenerative diseases and support food security. Thank you for being part of the ASM Juice. You can also find us as Africa Sustainability Matters across all social media platforms. I have been your host, Lucy Kate Ndume.